and you sacrifice to devils, as it is written. 1 John 3 and 5. And ye know, verse 6, it says, whoever it is, abideth in him, sinneth not. Whosoever sinneth hath not seen him, neither known him. You know, this is really serious. Little children, call us the children of Israel, that no man deceive you. Don't let nobody keep lying to you. Remember, he just said, if you don't keep the commandments, you're going to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. He's taking you right with him to be the least in the kingdom of heaven. Little children, let no man deceive you. Don't nobody lie to you. He that doeth righteousness. What's righteousness? Class, we could sing it together. Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness, he that keepeth the laws of the Most High, he that keepeth the commandments of the Most High, is righteous, even as he is righteous. You hear that? Even as he is righteous. That's why it says, for he that committeth sin, he that breaketh what sin is, from verse 4, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, the same thing you taught that you're not under. For sin is the transgression of the law. So this is your preacher. This is you that follow. Anyone that say that you ain't got to follow the Most High's laws. It says, verse 8, he that committeth sin is of the devil. Woo. He that committeth sin, he that transgressed the Most High's laws is of the devil. For the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose, the Son of the Most High, Amashak was manifested, that he might destroy the works of the devil. You better hear what he's saying. It's very important. Going back to Isaiah, I digress on that. Isaiah, the 1st chapter, in the 3rd verse, the Most High comparing us to an ox and an ass. Animal. The ox knoweth his owner. Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know. My people does not consider. That's cold. Sinful nation. I just want to define sin for you. You hear that sin is of the devil. But you call people devil, they got a problem, but hey, he just said it. You don't want to do what he say do? You don't want to follow, you want to be disobedient, you of the devil. A deceitful and evil person. So what you want to do? A sinful nation, he calls us. A people laden with iniquity, with wickedness. A seed of evildoers. Children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Most High. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger, made him angry. They are gone away backwards, man, instead of going forward. That's why this is very important, y'all. So important that we done forgot the fact that the Most High said, I love Jacob. He loves us, regardless of what it is. He's not a man he should lie, so he told us what's going to happen to us. We just want to do what we want to do. We want to follow our own heart, like he's told in this world. And that's what got us in trouble. But we know this, Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself, Spirit of the Most High itself, bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. We are the children of the Most High. And nobody else's spirit can bear witness from Genesis to Revelations, and whatever topic it is that you want to know that this Bible is a book of life, can bring forth. You can't match no other book with it. From the past to the present to the future, everything that's going down is right here in this Bible. But see, we have taken what it is that was presented to us and want to find another way to go about and reaching the kingdom without doing what the Most High say do. If you don't follow his moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, sacrificial laws, done away with the Mashiach Yahushua on the nailed to the tree by the Romans, so-called Italian Caucasian soldiers, nailed him to the tree, killed him. Then you only have the way you think or the way this world, these devils, as you say, sacrifice to devils. Meaning you worship devils. You worship just what they would have you to worship. They ain't got to be around you. But here you are. Not realizing that when they say we're not under the law, it's the law of sacrifice. See how Mashiach died for the sins of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's the love that the Most High. I mean, when I think about it, man, like, wow, go to, man, wow. It's deep, man. It's deeper than what I think. You cannot say you love the Most High and not look at what he done for us with his only begotten son. You like to say, John 3:16, for the Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, and whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. You know that by heart. He gave his only begotten son for someone that say, I ain't got to follow you, Most High. I ain't got to do what you say do. He said, you love me, keep my commandments. I ain't got to keep no commandments. I ain't under no law. I ain't under no commandments. I can do what I want to do, and Jesus is going to take care of me on the cross. He already took care of me on the cross. If I went sin, he got me. He going to make sure that I'm all right. I ain't no punishment for what I do. Most High, he hate the sin, but he loves the sinner. Come on, make that make sense. He hate the sin. He hate the fact that you transgress against the Most High, but he loves you. Come on, man. Make that make sense. I mean, let me not just say something. Let me make sure that I bring that to your understanding so that you ain't just listening to me. I like to prove all things. So we're not going to just go on what it is that I'm saying, because I could be saying anything. But I'm bringing you the scriptures and you write them down. Make sure that you go to your pastor and say, look at this. I thought you said the Most High love me and I'm sinning. I'm all right. You just hate what I do that's wrong. Eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. I can eat whatever I want to eat because you told me I could pray over it. But the Most High said, don't you touch a dead pig carcass. He gave us dietary laws in Leviticus 11 chapter. Come on now. So you sinning. You commit adultery. You stealing. You doing all the things that the Ten Commandments say you ain't supposed to do. The Ten Commandments based upon how we love the Most High with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength, and how we love our neighbor as ourselves, as the Israelite. But look what he said in Ecclesiasticus 12:6. Tell your pastor to break this down for me. For you, because you need it, because you're the one that's quoting what he say. Listen, Ecclesiasticus 12:6. For the Most High hateth sinners. Tell me break this down. For the Most High hateth sinners. But he say he hate the sin, but he loved the sinner. Well, tell your pastor to break this down. Ecclesiasticus 12:6. And these are 14 books that you Protestants took out of the Bible. The King James 611 Bible. It's part of the Bible. This is probably why they took it out, so they can bring forth their lies. Ecclesiasticus 12:6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the unrighteous. That's the sinners. Listen. And keepeth them, just because he ain't brought his judgment on you yet, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Woo! Tell your pastor to break that down. This is how the Most High loves us. Look. Many ways, but I want to show you this way. That's really touching. Go to Isaiah the 53rd chapter. I'm going to start at verse 2. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant. This is Mashiach Yahushua, who the world falsely calls Jesus Christ. But the J was invented, started used probably approximately 1630. You see? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant. Why you hear me saying Mashiach Yahushua? And as a root out of a dry ground. He have no form, no comeliness. Remember, he made us so beautiful? He didn't make him like that. When he brought him in the flesh, he didn't make him like that. No form of comeliness, beautifulness. Remember, Messiah made us exceeding beautiful. He didn't bring a Mashiach Yahushua, his only begotten son, to this earth like that. He had no form. He wasn't building and, say he had a pot belly and so forth. No form, no comeliness. He wasn't handsome. And when we shall see him, this is a future prophecy. Shall mean in the future. Said when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. You know, so he came on the earth. He wasn't handsome. He says no beauty that we should desire him. He was not handsome. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He didn't look good. He wasn't handsome. And they hid their face from him. Oh, there you go. There you go. Hid their faces from him. He was despised. And we esteemed him not. Surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. But he was wounded for the hour is the 12 tribes of Israel, transgression, sins. He was bruised for our iniquities, for our wickedness. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And with his stripes we are healed. Y'all in the churches, y'all like to say, with his stripes we are healed, but you still say you're a Gentile. This ain't talking to you. This talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. See, all we like sheep, we are the lost sheep. That's what he said in Matthew 15:24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Not to those Gentiles, not to the other nations. The only Gentiles that you can relate that he came to is when you read Corinthians and Thessalonians and Philippians and Thessalonians and so forth. And those are Gentiles, those are Israelites that are scattered among those nations, calling themselves by those names. That's it. Still Israelites. Listen. Gonna prove it. But he was, verse 5, but he was wounded for our transgressions, he was wounded for our sins. The 12 tribes of Israel, he was bruised for our iniquities, for our wickedness. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And with his stripes we are healed. Listen, all we like sheep. Ain't no Gentiles, no sheep. The Gentile Israelites dead in a dead state of mind, but not you as an Israelite calling yourself a Gentile, been taught that you've been grafted in, don't know who you've been grafted in among. Ain't talking to you. Not as a Gentile-minded person, but as an Israelite-minded person that's a sheep. All we like sheep. Who the sheep? Let's find out. Let's find out who these sheep are. Because the Bible going to define itself. Who the sheep? Let's find out. Go to Jeremiah 50:6. Jeremiah 50:6. My people have been lost sheep, right? Say, have been lost sheep. Verse 17. Israel, the Israelites, is a scattered sheep. Now go back to verse 6. What does it say? My people who are Israelites, as we just found in verse 17, Israel is a scattered sheep. We scattered among all these nations. So the Israelites are the sheep. My people who are the Israelites have been lost sheep. Their shepherds, that's these pastors, have caused them to go astray. That's why I be talking to you pork chop eating pastors that have caused the Most High's people to go astray. From what? From him. Listen, they have turned them away on the mountains, every kingdom that we've been brought into. They have gone from mountain to hill, small kingdoms to large kingdoms to small kingdoms. Every kind of religion, every kind of anything that comes out, we always be involved in it. They have forgotten their resting place. We don't know that we come from Israel. We think we came from Africa. Some of you don't even know where you came from. Don't even matter. I got 105 different identities of us being somebody else outside of being the 12 tribes of Israel. 105 different identities. That's not lost. That ain't the lost sheep of the house of Israel. My people, Israel is a scattered sheep, scattered in the brain. Don't know who they are. 105 different identities. That's lost, y'all. My people have been lost sheep. That's lost. Straight up. Their shepherds, those that are leading them, that y'all regurgitating what they're saying, have caused them to go astray. Regurgitate these scriptures. That's what you need to regurgitate. Turn to your neighbor and say this. My people have been lost sheep. Turn to your neighbor and say, yeah, I've been lost. Now I've been found because I know who I am. Verse 17, Israel is a scattered sheep. I've been a scattered sheep. I've been scatterbrained for so long. Now I know who I am. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds, these leaders over our people have caused them to go astray from the Most High. His rules and regulations, his laws, statutes, commandments. They have turned them away on the mountains. Every kingdom that we went into in captivity, we didn't read it. Took on the idols. We worship devils. Deceitful and evil people that have nothing to do with the Most High. You didn't heard it in this lesson. They caused them to go astray, man. You say, verse 7, all that found them have devoured them. And their adversaries said, we fear not, we ain't did anything. We fear not. I mean, right now, Zechariah 11:5 says, hey, who oppress and slay them and hold himself not guilty. We ain't did nothing. They hold themselves not guilty. They say, we fear not, we ain't did nothing. Because they have sinned against the Most High. See, the key to know this, y'all got to understand, the scriptures is answering everything. It's just that we don't know. Anytime I got 105 different identities of who we are as a nation, what's your race, brother? A few sisters, but mainly brothers. 105? Come on. No, you start counting, ask people who they are. And see, don't you see these other nations know who they are? We don't. Come on, man. We the lost sheep to the house of Israel, man. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries, our enemies, said, we fear not, we ain't did nothing wrong, because they have sinned against the Most High, the habitation of justice, even the Most High, the hope of their fathers. Listen, they know, man. What part of this you don't know? That's why the Most High speak once, yea, twice, man perceive it not. Ezekiel, some of you might just hear this particular lesson or this particular number of the lesson that I'm doing, and as it is written, Jacob have I loved. So I got to go over this. For all you that have heard it, then hey, more power to you. But Ezekiel 39:23, I just got to move in the spirit as the Most High have me, because you might not ever heard this. It might be somebody brand new hearing this for the first time. So review with me as I review to those that have not heard it, and they hear this and they can change and realize the truth. Every nation, you're going to learn this truth, whether you want to or not, or you're going to perish, as it is written. Straight up. But this is what the nations know, Ezekiel 39:23. And the heathen, that's these other nations outside of the 12 tribes, just to have you all into all these religions, these leaders that's got you scatterbrained. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity. Why? For their iniquity, for breaking the laws of the Most High, breaking the commandments of the Most High, being wicked and evil. because they trespassed against me. Can't get no clearer than that. Because we trespassed against the Most High. All the nations noticed. That's what they just said. Look, where were we at? Where we was at? Jeremiah 50 and 7. All that found them have devoured them. It's talking about we the 12 tribes of Israel. We going into captivity under these heathens. And their adversaries, our enemies. They are enemies said, we offend not. Said we ain't did nothing wrong. We ain't offend not. Because they have sinned against the Most High. Hear that? So now he's telling you here point blank. Anybody have ears to hear, open up the Bible and look what it's saying, that these other nations know without a shadow of a doubt. Because they say we don't offend. They know that we sin against the Most High. Ezekiel 39:23, and the heathen shall know that the house of Israel, we the 12 tribes of Israel, went into captivity for their iniquity. They just told you that. Now they telling you again that, most likely reminding us that they know that we went into captivity, slavery, and bondage for our iniquity, for breaking the Most High, because they transgressed against me. That's what we read, the definition of sin. It's the transgression of the Most High's laws. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. We broke the Most High's laws. The heathen know that we broke the Most High's laws. So what you think? They gonna have you to do whatever's right? Teach you the laws of the Most High? I don't think so. We learned the laws of the Most High. We just read it, Deuteronomy 28, chapter, verse 1 and 2, how we gonna be blessed above all those nations. That's what the kingdom was about. That's why I'm saying, fear the Most High, repent, keep the commandments of the Most High, and cry unto the Most High. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. So they know this without a shadow of a doubt. Let's go back to Isaiah 53. You know, I praise the Most High because, you know, like, he takes me here, he takes me there, he takes me there, and then I got to remember where I was at before I even went here and there and this place and that place. And ordinarily, I might forget everything when the book is closed. But when this book is open, I'll give all. That's why I hear me say praise the Most High, but I'll show myself the other side. I don't know. I just know I'm just going in the spirit, and I know when I go back here sometime, I open the Bible, to be right there where I was at, where I need to go. It'd be talking, you know, it'd be just hear what he's saying, please. Isaiah 53rd chapter, verse 6. Are we like